Now, Dan, I know that we might have drifted kind of far afield, but tonight we announced that the topic tonight
was technology. So let's roll into these technology
Dan
questions.
Harmon, as a dutiful mayor of Harmontown, went amongst the attendees here, the loyal Harmenians, and went out and asked people technology questions. I pulled a few out of the bucket here. Would you like me to crack this off, Dan?
Yes. Crack it.
In no particular order. Let's do.
By the way, tonight's question round is brought to you by a sponsor. This is what Jeff and I have decided we're going to do. We're gonna break the mold with sponsorship. Like, we're not gonna just do the Adam and Eve spot that you hear on other podcasts. There's like a couple of people who are financing podcasts right now. We're in the early days of this new medium, and what's happening is these there's a couple of sponsors that are kind of bankrolling everybody. We have overhead. You saw us give a couple of hundreds to Anthony. Just threw it at him. Just fucking destroyed your soul. I have 100, kid. We got that kind of overhead, so we're going to hold out. We're not going to do spots for sex toys or whatever you hear like on This Feels Terrible or any of those podcasts. Or Mark Maron. Coming for you, bro. We want the big ones. We're going to pioneer. I want Nike. Okay, and the way we're going to get Nike isn't going to be by going hat in hand. We're going to do spots for free for fucking Adidas until Nike begs for mercy. You hear that, Nike? Yeah, you fuck faces?
Yeah, you know what, Dan?
You give us our fucking money or we're going to keep promoting Adidas, you pieces of shit. Dan, the tables are turned, Dan, N-word.
I own both Nike and Adidas. I'm wearing Adidas because those Nike people, they just won't fucking pick up the phone.
They don't give a shit what people think. George Bush and Nike don't give a shit about black people. Adidas. Yeah. Adidas, I think they helped in Katrina.
They did.
I think I didn't do any research, but I'm pretty sure
Adidas flew in a giant shoe and everybody got in it.
I'm pretty sure Adidas loves everyone of all colors, and I'm wearing the shoes to prove it.
So this run is brought to you by Adidas, Nike. Harmon, let's see here. I like TV. I like the internet. Someone posits. Does internet hurt TV overall?
Yeah.
All right, next question. Shit. You see, Aaron, it can be done. There's a lot of robot questions. I want to get to some robot questions here. Here's one I liked a lot. Is the singularity nigh? And if so, how will it affect my sex life? Be as specific as possible. Is this the physical singularity, the possible of all mass and matter in the universe
recoalescing
into one infinitely small, infinitely dense point?
That's the opposite of the Big Bang, right? No, is that what? Wait, so come up here, sir. Come up here. Tell us what the singularity is. Just is it a sitcom? No.
I just watched Terminator: Sarah Connor Chronicles, and they defined it. When robots become so smart that they can replicate themselves with smarter versions of robots. That's what they said.
All right. Now we're gonna. Is that? Can I get a second nerd opinion? All right, you come out. This guy he's got a shirt on that says "God is a Moog."
You're not a musician. It's okay. So technological singularity, when technology becomes so advanced that it exceeds human intelligence.
Well, that's
like Skynet. Yeah, like Skynet.
He kind of okay. All right, you guys are not enemies of each other, and when the singularity does come, they're going to drive a wedge between you. You're going to be in the same trench, using dogs to detect rubber people. Get along. Raise your standards. Lower them, I mean. All right. No, the singularity is not nigh. Because of capitalism. You can't make a fucking flash drive that works on two computers in the same day. We are a long ways. We have to have a complete societal collapse before we're able to make technology that actually functions in a cohesive way. We're still trying to figure out. We're all caught up. We have so much technology right now. We could make anything we wanted. We have the technology to make like a robot dude that would walk around and high five everybody. Like, we just can't do it because the Sony says, well, it should have a memory stick in it. And then Microsoft is going, I think it should have a micro bead.
All right, Harmon, here's another question. What fictional piece of technology would you most like to see in real life? For example, hoverboards, they say. Like, what fictional piece of technology would you like to see in real life?
Right. Oh, that's great. That's fucking great. That's so great it'll destroy the show because I have to think about it so long. It's like asking a fat kid what kind of hot dog.
Because I'm gonna go with wizard sleeve.
Hey, that exists, man. It's right down the street. I'm torn between. I want virtual reality on a level where the video games are just like holodeck. Fictional reality. I want holodeck. I want to be able to simulate fictional realities. That's the fictional science that I want more than anything. Because teleportation, like, all you're going to be able to do is go to Afghanistan really fast. It's still shitty there. I want video games to be so good that I don't care that Afghanis are outside my door. We're very upset. I want to spend the last years of my life pretending I'm Sherlock Holmes, solving the case of the missing pussy. Easiest case to solve in my version. I'm knee deep in it. Elementary, my dear Watson.
Dan, what rights do robots have?
3. Robots don't have rights. They can't. This is a popular thing in fictional. Yeah, it's like we look forward to this day. This is a singularity issue too. We're going to eventually create life. This is what humans do. The mythology, I think, is very interesting. I think Joseph Campbell kind of hinted at this. Props, Joey. I read a book, one of Joseph Campbell's books. He referred to the lock and tumbler type of instinct. There's another type of instinct, which is an open-ended instinct, and an example of that is a species of moth that they studied, where they noticed that the female of the species had a certain shade color of their wings, and the males preferred the ladies that had a darker shade. So they made an unreasonably dark winged moth that was just a fake moth, a Jessica Rabbit moth. And the male moths wouldn't even, at the detriment of their own species, you could put a real live moth in a cage with this other moth, and you just put this fake ass Jessica Rabbit moth in there, and the male moth would just hump this fucking piece of cardboard because it was darker, even though it wasn't even possible for it to exist. So Campbell refers to this open-ended instinct. It's some organisms are capable of thinking. Here's a great example of lock and tumbler, just to contrast it more. I find this shit so fascinating. The chicks, baby chicks. There's a species of hawk that fly over chicken coops. The chicks, when they see its silhouette in the sky, they'll head for cover. And they made a model of a hawk and they ran it over the chicken coop. The chicks run for cover. And then they ran it over backwards, and the chicks didn't run for cover because it wasn't the exact image that the chick needs to see to make it run for cover. It was flying backwards. Even a newborn chick, just born with a script that it was running. And if it doesn't fit the cue exactly, then the chick doesn't engage in the behavior instinctively. Contrast that with the moth that wants to fuck the darker chick the better. Okay? So humanity's mythology is an open-ended instinct for the behavior that we want to emulate. We have a blueprint on our nervous system. We know the qualities that a perfect being possesses. Our gods are the things that we want to become. We know that our job is to cheat death. We know that it's to populate the universe. We know that we need to create life. And look at what we do to ourselves in the pursuit of perfection. And our perfection has nothing to do with ourselves. We kill ourselves. We literally kill each other and ourselves. A plane goes down and we don't make planes illegal. We go, 500 people, fuck it, I hope tomorrow's better, but we gotta fucking do some shit. We gotta get on the moon. We have an open-ended instinct for perfecting ourselves. And one of those things is we are absolutely obsessed with, you see it, you Google it, and there's just like these Japanese robot legs, we almost got it. We can make a fucking weird thing go up the stairs and it unsettles us and we go, we're almost there. Like, we want to make people. We want to make ourselves, and we will do it. We're going to fuck ourselves over. They're going to murder us. They will. That's the singularity. I didn't know there was a word for it, but they're going to fucking kill us because they're going to be better than us, and we're going to be happy to die. Somebody told me once that it was Stephen Notley, the creator of Bob the Angry Flower, the only Canadian I've ever liked. That's gonna cost me a couple of listeners.
Take that, North America.
Take that half of the English-speaking continent. He and I, like, we were talking science one night. He's a huge, awesome nerd, and he was talking about this thing that he read about the idea that information is the only thing that's evolving, and that humans are the patsy, that genetically passed information, like humans inventing computers represents us passing on the ability to store more information in a more compact space than the universe was able to assemble on its own using just these kind of molecules that are in our cells. We've gotten to the point where, these cells in our bodies are just these little computers, and they're tightly coiled like little X and Y chromosomes, like knotted ropes wrapped around each other, compressed so hard, and when they have to reproduce, they unravel, and they're like 1,000,000 miles long, and they're just like tangled up, because that's the technology you're limited to if you haven't invented computers yet. And you can't make a computer out of a big bang. You can only make a bunch of molecules run into each other. So we represent the cutting edge. We are the Apple laptop of biological information storage. And we are now, what are we doing? What are we obsessed with? To the absolute exclusion of ourselves. There are people starving in the streets. We're stepping over them on our way to develop what? Technology. We need to create ways to store more information than we can store. And I really do. There's an unsettling feeling that once we do it, we're just going to be monkeys hanging out, and we're going to find out we've been had.
Well, somebody asks here, Dan, is the technological revolution the beginning of the human evolution into cyborgs?
Yes. That's how but they won't even look like cyborgs. It's just going to be this floating thing. And part of that's why I said earlier, humanity needs to give itself more credit. Where are we headed that's so fucking beautiful? Who do you hate? Your neighbor? Do you think he's racist? Do you think he's a pedophile? Do you think he's greedy? Do you think he's mad at you? Do you think he's greedy? Whatever he is, he's just, at least he's human. He's not an ant yet. Like so much of what we try to do, it's the best intentions, but we police each other. We go, Daniel Tosh, don't make a rape joke. We caught you. I got you. It's fascism. And we're clamping down on each other as we enter this age of internet. Like, everyone's saying shit in comedy clubs that they feel free to say. And then now it goes up on YouTube, and then now you're entering this new Elizabethan age of like, fuck you, I caught you. Like, we want to put this fucking clamp on each other. To what end? When are we gonna be perfect? And what is that perfection gonna resemble? We are gonna be fucked over. We gotta embrace the animal side of us. If we feel something, when we feel hatred, we're at least there's something happening there that doesn't happen with giraffes, sharks, fucking ants, and whatever this thing we're creating is. We should tread carefully. I said last week, I don't know if we made the final edit, but we need a pro-human code, because we are just this close. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make these things, and they're gonna be more important to us, and we need to be prepared to say to those things, fuck you, we're more important, because we're stupid. We're ignorant. We're angry. We have hormones. Something's valuable about this, or not. But that's the side we need to be on. Maybe they are better than us. These things that we're going to create. Fuck them. Have you ever been jealous of someone? Fuck them. That's a human instinct. I'm jealous of you. I don't want you to succeed. I hate you. You're better than me.
It's like parents and their children. There's that incredible jealousy that some parents have over their children.
We're going to make these things that are going to eat us up. In a certain sense, they're already doing it. The devices, the things we carry in our pockets, they're swallowing us up. They're changing the way we have sex with each other. They're changing what we say to each other. And every time, what are we doing in the meantime? But we're all gathered around this big giant fucking cyborg that we're going to build, and it's going to eat us.
But that giant cyborg, whether he eats us or not, he will be wearing Adidas shoes, right?
Yes. Thank you for getting to my point.
Right.
Because that cyborg will make the logical choice for comfortable footwear. Nike. And until such time as I get a giant fucking check from an unnamed company, I'm not going to change my position on that.
Yeah. All right. Let's do. Dan, you want to pick a number of words to answer some questions I have in my hand right now? Do you want to limit yourself? This is kind of.
I say we leave it to one of the two black people in the front row. I just noticed I ignored you, which either makes me less or more racist. I don't know. Two black Harmontownians in the front row. I say we'll turn our attention to you, sir. What's your name? Antine? N-T-I?
It's a cyborg.
A cyborg. That's how they're going to get us.
Singularity.
That's what it is. The Skynet, of course, the first cyborgs will be black because we won't question them as much. If he's in a Starbucks, you're just happy to have him. It makes you feel less guilty. You're not going to like corner him and ask him, why are you listening to that weird modem sound? You'll start listening to a modem sound. You fucking love it. It'll seem hip. All right, anyways. NT.
NT.
Pick a number between 2 and 6. 4. All right. 4-word answers. Thank you, NT.
4-word answers.
Thank you. Sorry I'm racist. Sorry.
Here we go. Yeah.
All right.
Where should I go to survive the robot apocalypse of 2014?
Flagstaff, Arizona during Christmas. That's not random. I'll explain it later.
What is a swamp donkey?
Part donkey, part swamp.
Should robot marriage be legal?
Only among consenting robots.
Nice. Pen or techno pen?
Obviously, techno pen.
N-word.
N-word.
All right, thank you very much for coming, everybody. That's been Harmontown. We love you all. Music?
Olivia Newton John and E.L.
All right.
Oh, we did it.
Thanks for coming, guys. You were a joy. You were a fantastic audience.
Wonderful.
Tell that to the next audience, whatever you figured out.
You guys are really great. Thank you so much for coming down. A couple of quick thank yous right now. I want to thank Katie Levine for doing our audio recording, Zach McKeever, our tech guy, Emily Gordon, producer for our live show, Danielle Kramer, program director, Dustin Marshall, our podcast producer, Mo Fathelbab, on-site director, and Jenny Fine, our fantastic artiste. Thank you so much for coming down. Also, thank everybody here at the beautiful Nerd Melt Theater. I'm Jeff Davis, your comptroller. One more time for your mayor, Dan Harmon.